Hello, everybody. Sorry about that. How are we doing? This is really loud. There we go. That's better. I can hear again. Happy Monday, everybody. We are back with another week in the world of Warhipster and Warhammer. With many, many things to do. As always. How are you guys doing? You guys alright? Before we go anywhere, as you can see, my shelves are somewhat sparse. So I'm actually just going to do a quick tidy up. I should have done this before, but unfortunately I just didn't. So we'll talk whilst I'm doing it. I'm just trying to find a place to put my painting handles that's out of the way, you see. Because I'll just put them here on the... Well, that's going to be in the way. Oh well, it'll be fine. Because I think there's a paint order that Josh has to make. So we're just going to organise everything on the desk via contrast, shade, base and layer. And then we put them away because that's how they're orientated on the shelves. That is a technical paint. Oh my goodness me. I'm the favourite, staking his claim very early for being the favourite. With a 50 gifted members. Are you insane? Are you okay? That's very generous of you. Thank you very much, buddy. We haven't even been live yet for 3 minutes. And you've already hit the goals. There we go. I'll just sign off then. That's us done for the day. That is incredibly, exceptionally generous of you, buddy. Thank you so very much. Thank you so very, very much. That's a sentence. That I'll stand by that one. Yeah, that's I don't know what to say now. I don't know if we're gonna top that. That's amazing. Thank you so much. Yeah, so today we're going to do basing. Yes, we're going to do some basing. And then if we've got time at the end, because I don't know how much time we're going to have. If we've got time at the end, we will do a little bit more work on Gandalf the White, is the plan. Surprise Gandalf. If we don't have any time to do Gandalf the White today, we will be doing a bit of Gandalf the White on Wednesday. Unless something drastic comes up. Oh, I'm such a mucky pup. So many paints. Just all over the desk all the time. I've really got to get better at putting them away. Problem is I just lock in, you see. I lock in. And then I just forget to put things away, you see. That's just what happens. And then it just mounts up. So like I'll start with the best intentions of not not doing that. For a week. And then it'll just all go wrong. Got so many paints. Oh, those are the base paints. That's where they go. Contrast and contrast. And layer. And layer. And shade. And base. And layer. You could go away. Layer. Base. Layer. And layer. There we go. So many paints. I'm the favourite with a $300 bribe. Guess what this is? That's right, it's a bribe. Fueling the nonsense and bribing to continue tolerating the favourite. Make him cry, make him cry. You might. You keep going this way. That's very kind of you. Thank you so much. Again, I haven't done anything yet, bud. That's all YouTube will let me pay in a day. Good. You must be stopped, you madman. Alright, 1 paint. 2 paint. S. 3 paint. 4 paint. 5 paint. 6 paint. 7 paint. 8 paint. 9 paint. 9. 10. Okay. 11. 12. 13. 14. This is a great thing about my system. 15. 16. 17. 18. I just know where it all goes. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. I'm also letting you see behind the curtain as to how messy I am. 24. 25. Oh no, you don't go there. You go over there. No, surely not. It goes, yeah, like that. 26. Bar red was in the wrong place. H-I-J-K. 27. 28. 29. 29 whole paints on the desk. Oh, and guess what? There's even more. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. And then we get into the slightly you can see behind my chair. You can see a kind of WD-40. That's all you can see. Administratum grey. How did you count from 30 to 33 without impression? Well, 21, 22. Baharoth Blue goes in there behind the Warhound Titan. Who I cannot wait for when we move to not have to put my paints on a rack behind the Titan because it's the only place where the Titan can go, you see. Fenrisian Grey, on you go. Fenners. Wazzers. That's where you go. Does anyone else come up with nicknames for their paints? Because I do. Now we move these out of the way because that's exactly what I thought was going to happen. Flash gets yellow. I always get those the wrong way around as well. Dawnstone, in you go. So, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, Flash gets, then Flayed One. Carrackstone goes there. Calgar Blue goes there. Cadian Fleshtone makes sure that it's closed. Wild Rider Red, you go. H-I, down there. Storm Host Silver, in you go. Moot green. We've used a lot of that in the last couple of days. LMNOP, QRST, Temple Guard Blue, Liberator Gold goes in there, and Thunderhawk Blue goes down there. And we are good to go. I've left some paints out because those are ones I'm currently using, but we'll be fine. We've got some more stuff that we'll be bringing across. Right, so I'll catch up on chat now. Tell the truth, you don't have a system. I do, as it happens. Contrast paints go across the... shade paints go across the top in alphabetical order, followed by contrast paints, which are in alphabetical order, followed by base paints, which are in alphabetical order, followed by layer paints, which are all in alphabetical order. So I know where it goes. You have to do the count from Sesame Street laugh when you count, Josh. That's true. That's true. That's true. Rhett Scott, can I get one of those bribe memberships? Oh, we can see if we can. Let's try. Let's try and get you a membership, Rhett. Ah, you're unlucky on that occasion. I'm sorry, Rhett. Alphabetical, not by colour. My brain doesn't comprehend. Oh, well, because if it's an alphabetical order, I know which paint I'm going for, so I know which one to go and grab. So I know when I'm reaching for Black Templar, that's the one I want. If all of the black paints are together, I might not necessarily grab the right one. See what I mean? It means I don't have to read. It means I can just pick them up. That's how we go. Yes, Nick, I organise my paints by colour. Yeah, by name. That's what I do. Yeah. Connor Byrne, thank you very much for the 10. Hello, Warhipster. Do you have a plan on doing more Black Legion tutorials? Really want to do that army, but need some good tutorials. Also, are there any other 40k armies you're interested in? We'll get to some Black Legion eventually, I'm sure. It's just that they're not near the top of my list at the moment. But we do have an Abaddon video. That's a pretty good video for the Black Legion. We also did do like the Cultists, the Dark Commune, and various others. What else did we do? So yeah, I mean, look, stuff will happen. I've got a lot of Chaos Space Marines in my back pocket to do. The question for me has always been, what do I paint them as, and when do I get the moment to? But it'll happen. Just I can't confirm as and when it will be. And then Fake Street Spirit has been a member for 19 months. I was dry brushing Dryads and I had 20 paints on my desk. Nice. I just realised I missed one from Edward actually from earlier. Member for 25 months. Who will be victorious? And the answer to that question is only the faithful. Where are we at? Warhipster's favourite AOS army is Ideneth Deepkin. No, it is not. That's a lie. Don't lie to people, Thomas. It's not nice. Mini Making Dad, thank you very much for the 5 gifted Warhipster memberships. Are we gonna have to? I think we're gonna have to do a thing here, guys. You guys are being incredibly generous, so let's do that. Boom. 75. I think I might end up doing the same as you when I reorganize. I tried doing by color, but I think separating the layer, shades, contrast, etc. might make more sense and easier to grab the right one. Yeah, that's it. Oh no. We're gonna need those. My tweezers! Do you know what? The thing I realised that when I first so what I used to use, you know, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but there was a Games Workshop paint case a little while ago. I don't know if they still sell it. They might still sell it. I don't know. But inside that paint case, what they have is these little hexagon things that you press your paints into, and that's how you organize them. And that's how I used to organize my paints. They were all in there. But that meant I had to identify the paint I want by sight, by looking through the lid of the paint. Instead, I'd end up just pulling most of them off to try and find the one I want. So eventually, when we moved here, I graduated to these shelves. And then these shelves were great because I was like, well, I can organize these in a way that makes sense to me. So before shades and stuff, I just used to have contrast paints going across the top. I only used to have 2 of these double column shelves, 1, 2, 1, 2. But then I bought 2 more because when shades and then reformulated shades and the new contrast paints came out, I needed more room to put paints. And then I was like, right, well, so if we put all the shades in one place, I know which shade to reach for because I know roughly where they all are. So I know the A's are over here, and it ends with Tyran blue right there. We do have, unfortunately, got a gap here, which is just filled by contrast medium going up there. It was Lamian medium, but I basically switched to using Lamian medium, so that basically just lives on the desk now. I'm gonna need to get another one of these at some point soon. I bought 2 of these, and I've already gone through one pot. I'm already almost halfway through the next one. I use a lot of Lamian medium. I used to go through a lot of contrast medium though. Big Bad Peter Gaming, thank you very much for being a member for 25 months. Any advice for painting lava bases? Yeah, I've got a couple of videos here on the channel on painting some lava bases, but the way I've done it in the past is if you pick 3 to 4 contrast paints that are vaguely fiery, and I would recommend the brighter ones, so something like Eandan Yellow, Griff Hound Orange, and Blood Angels Red. And then just mash them onto a base, onto a bright base. And if you have your bases separate to your models, you could prime them Wraithbone, and they'll be really warm and fiery. But if not, it is what it is. But on a bright base, and also make sure that if you build your models on the bases and you make mistakes on there, clean them up before you do this. But if you just throw that paint all on there, and then once it's fully dry, you can seal it first, but you don't need to. But once it's fully dry, then use some mordant earth over the top of it. It will crackle out, and it will create this kind of fiery volcanic base. It looks amazing. You can see that in action on some of my videos. I can't remember which ones specifically. In fact, Grimhold Exile, he has a fiery volcanic base. I think. No. Well, he does, but it's very subtle, this one. So you see it's got that kind of sort of reddy undertone to it. And that's because I didn't put enough mordant earth over it. The more you put of those crackle paints, the bigger the crackles. So you can see, like, just on this corner here, you see you've got slightly bigger ones just there. So like I said, the more you put on, the bigger the crackles will be. Whereas I didn't put very much on it because I want it to be quite subtle. You can see it's got that sort of... There you go. And then what I did is I dry brushed it with Kindle Flame around the kind of outside. So this is a cooler part in the middle and then hotter towards the outside. Yeah, that works. That's how I do it. Well, I'm pretty certain there's other bases that I've done that are very similar. Nurgle wants you to paint the Glotkin. I know, lots of people want me to paint the Glotkin, but I don't have one. Secretly, that is rum and coke. It is not. Since my paints are in front of me when I'm painting, I have to have it color organized because it feels disorganized by alphabet to me mentally. That's fair. That makes sense. I understand that. Hey Josh, when when will we see you gracing Liam's channel playing some more AOS? Whenever they invite me with more than 4 days notice. No, Joe asked me if I could do this weekend, and I couldn't, because I was scheduled to be. I had to get the Tomb World stuff done, which is what we're going to be working on today, because they are ostensibly finished, these models, but the bases aren't. So we're going to be doing my favorite thing here. We're going to be doing some basing. So this is the Canoptek Circle kill team that we're going to be finishing up today. I hope you're excited to see this video, because this was painful to do. It wasn't. They were fine. They just took a little while. So yeah, we're gonna be fixing these up today. When are we seeing this video? You will see this video on Thursday, I think. Thursday's going to be quite a long editing day for me, because I need to get this edited. I need to get these finished first. I need to get Glorfindel edited, and I need to get Saturday's video edited as well. Is there a vid tomorrow? Not planned at the moment, no. For a video. No, I haven't planned to do a video tomorrow. I could change my mind overnight. We'll see. How would you use for a very light grey / white? Oh. Alright, Princess. What would you use for a very light grey / white fur with contrast? I'm working on my wolves and have some internal lore that the oldest / strongest ones are whiter, so want white pelts on characters. I don't know if you've seen my Drogs the Sun Chomper video. That's a good one. That would make for a wiser older wolf, but ultimately, like, the easiest way to do it is to use Nuln Oil. That'll give you a white grey over grey sear. Do grey sear, then Nuln Oil, and then dry brush it with. You could either dry brush it with Corax White, Pallid Witch Flesh, or White Scar, whichever you prefer, basically. Hello, Captain Manrings. But yeah. Yeah, to answer your question around the favourite, my plan and hope is Canoptek Circle on Thursday, Glorfindel on Friday. Drogs the Sun Chomper. Let me go and find it for you. I'll do that for you, Pritters. There you go. Are you going to do a painting video for the Tomb World terrain? I might. I haven't decided yet. It's very, very complicated, and I'm trying to figure out a way to make it sensible in my head. But yeah, so first job on the Canoptek Circle is to use some Black Templar for all of the rocks. Shocking, I know. Truly shocking. Maybe the sensible way of tackling this rock is to start there. Yeah. Oh, I've just covered over that scarab. Whoops. Oh well. It'll be fine. Boo, 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 boo. There we go. That's what we're going to do. Over all 8 of these guys. So let's go to my face. So that's not really boring to watch. Actual painting question. I know you think with Lamian Medium often recently, I tried doing Lamian first in the Thinko and then the contrast on top straight away. You ever done it like this? Oh yeah, no, I have done that in the past. It works. Yeah, no, it can really work. Applying the medium to the model and then applying the paint. It's really good for blending colours. Really good for blending colours that way. Because it puts the paint into the medium, as it were. And then it just sort of it should sort of like gently sort of, it was, I guess the term we'd say is it should almost ink blot out into the medium, which is really nice to see. But yeah, I think I stopped telling the story halfway through the answer to will I ever go to Liam and play Age of Sigmar again. Yeah, so Joe asked me if I wanted to do it, and I said yes, I do. And then he said you can either do it 30th of August or there was another date in September. And I said, well, I can do the one in September because I'm not here this weekend. I'm going to an event at Warhammer World. And I needed a little more than, I think it was like 6 days. 6 days notice was what he gave me, and I was like, because I've got to get the content ready for you, lovely ladies and gentlemen. I wouldn't have had the Deathwatch video ready otherwise. Speaking of, if you haven't already, you should go and check that video out if you're interested in painting Deathwatch. Quite enjoy putting that one together for all of you. Four down. Halfway there. Speaking of events at Warhammer World, Contest of Heroes tickets for December go on sale at 7. Tempted to go again. Ooh. Yes, I remember. I was thinking about going to that. Maybe I'll buy a ticket. Maybe I'll buy two tickets and see if someone wants to come with me. I doubt Joe will, because Atlanta will have only been a couple of months previous, as it were. I can't for the life of me figure out white gold paint mix for my Stormcast armor. The best thing I would suggest for doing that would be Liberator Gold is probably your base. And then you highlight that with Stormhost Silver. Shade it however you want. If you want it to be nice and smooth, it's basically a case of, I reckon, what you would do is you would apply... If you want it to be really, 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 really bright, you would apply Liberator Gold as your layer. And then once that's fully dry, shade it with some Reichland Flesh Shade. And then once the Reichland Flesh Shade is very dry, you relayer the Liberator Gold and then highlight it with Stormhost Silver. Would be how I would do that. Alternatively, you could check out my Contrast Plus How to Paint Yindrasta, the Celestial Spear. That's basically white gold. That's a video. That would also work. Hello, Ivy. I'm very well, thank you. How are you? Has Mr. Josh painted Heresy-style walls? I want to do more grey than blue. Yes, I have. Alright, we need a metallic. It's going to be Iron Warriors, I'm sure. Huge MESBG plans for September, since Frodo started his journey in September. Also, did Thran Daddy or Moose Boy do okay? Also, I laughed when you called it a moose in the vid. Do you know what? It's because you'd spoken to me literally as I was doing it, and you said... I will be sad if I don't put if I don't say moose in the video. And I was like, haha, I'm not going to say moose in the video. And literally, I pressed record, and it went. I said moose. That's literally what happened. What have you used to base them? Sterling Mud. Was using it to create lighter spots on the Night Lord's armor. Night Lord's armor? Night Lord's? Yeah, no, it's a really good way of doing it. Applying the medium first and then applying the paint. I have a couple of plans to answer the question for MESBG in September. We've definitely got Glorfindel, hopefully on Friday. I would like to get Gandalf finished. And hopefully we can get that done sooner rather than later. We'll see. We'll see how the week goes. There's a couple of other things later on in the month, time dependent. That will be cool. I do have another idea, which maybe chat would be excited for. But I have a lot of Riders of Rohan. I have a lot of them. And we've already done a video on how to paint Riders of Rohan, so we can't do another one, really. We've done the Rohan Battle Host, which included the Riders of Rohan, so doing another one would be a little bit silly. However, what we do have as a consequence of that is I have somewhere in the region of, I want to say 12, 21, 27... I have 27 horses just knocking about. So I had an idea to do the Ultimate Contrast Plus guide to how to paint horses, which I think would be cool. Just to do, here's a ton of horse recipes. You can use them for Bretonians, you can use them for your Cavaliers, you can use them for any horse that you might want to paint. An all horse video would be very welcome. Excellent. Yeah, no, it's genuine. Just the ultimate horses. What did I call it before? Yeah, the Ultimate Contrast Plus Black Armor Guide. It would just call it the Ultimate Contrast Plus Horse Guide. And that way I could just get a ton of horses done. And maybe we'll try and come up with sort of, I don't know, 10 to possibly 20. But then the ride is around a half done. Do you see what I mean? It's just in a case of then it's just a case of painting the riders at a later date. Which would be nice. The Ultimate Equestrian Guide. Well, I feel like we'll start getting people watching the video and be like, this has nothing to do with horses. How dare you mislead me? Also, your name isn't very friendly to the horse-loving community. I'm not trying to be. Thoughts on my idea of a Realm of Chamon base? Thinking of painting the empty space with Retributor armor. Cover with Mordant Earth before dry brush with either silver, iron, and highlight the cracks gold. That would work. That would look cool. Horse video sponsored by Tesco Lasagna. Well, that's a reference. That's a hell of a reference. I think the sensible thing to do here is to just use Iron Warriors for all of the bits. Because we can shade it with Agrax Earthshade, and that'll make it sufficiently different to everything else that we've got going on. I definitely need to get a new medium layer brush. This one's nearly on its way out. Alright, here we go. So just here. One thing I will say to fans of Tomb World, if you've bought a set, there are on the Necrons, there are 3 models on a 50mm round base. Now, as a consequence of that, it means it doesn't fit on the regular size Games Workshop painting handle. And it's these 2 Tombstalkers and the Geomancer. They don't fit on the painting handle, so you're going to have to chop and change between if you want to do it. But what I have done for this video is I filmed each different iteration of Necron sequentially. So we've gone from smallest to largest. So I've not done one model on screen and you just kind of figure out the gaps. We did the 5 small ones followed by the 2 big ones followed by the Geomancer, as kind of basically it's like 3 separate videos in one, but not really, because it's just one video of the same unit, but they all have very many things in common, so it's all good. This is a lot fiddlier than I thought it was going to be. I knew that had happened. Hang on. Alright, we saved it. Definitely saved it. We're all good. There we go. Alright, let's pop back to the face. Hello! What colour is that, Josh? It is Iron Warriors. Unless you're not referring to the colour I'm currently using, you're referring to a different colour. What colour is that on the base rims? Oh, it's the Grey Seer primer. It's not going to stay that. It's going to be black. It's just Grey Seer at the moment. Could have done with the horse video last year. I used the one you had then. Had to use my imagination. I'm sorry, Carl. There's only so much time in each day. And I run out of time every day. I have not been very productive this year. Well, at least in the last quarter, I would say. I've not been particularly successful in my aims and objectives. Which has been a little bit tough on the old brain, but the world hath cooled down somewhat. So hopefully we can ramp production right back up and finish the year quite strong. Because as you can tell, we are probably not going to hit 100,000 subscribers this year now because of the last couple of months where everything's just slowed right down. Never say never, but I don't think it's going to happen now. But I'd like to get close. And we're not far away now, really. Less than 10,000 to go. And who knows what Games Workshop has in store for the rest of the year. Though based on the fact Imperial Knights come out this weekend, I would suggest that they don't have a lot left for 40k. It's just Drakari now, right? That's the only thing left. And that old Nightbringer's not coming out until 2026. Was what they say. You're good. So you're saying Cathays are coming and you're finishing all of the MESBG range before December. I'm so excited. Cathay is coming? Cathay's already here, isn't it? Or are you saying the rest of the Cathay videos that I haven't done? There is plenty of MESBG content still to come. I mean, look, heck, there's plenty of MESBG releases left to go this year. I mean, there's the last bits of War of the Rohirrim for sure. I mean, we've seen Helm and Freyalaf now, which is cool. Which is cool. Right, I'm also going to apply this Iron Warriors over the top of our scarabs. Because it seems silly not to do that now. After all, it is only a base. There are some of you who will watch this video will no doubt be shocked, nay appalled. Iron Warriors is not the feature metallic in this video. It is in there once, but it's not the feature. Shocking, I know, truly. Turns out a leopard can change his spots. Camera, thank you so much for the 10. Celebrating as I just finished my master's thesis and am now no longer a student and unemployed once more. Warhammer time now. That is the right attitude, Cameron. Congratulations on finishing your master's thesis. That is a monumental achievement. You have done a lot more than I ever have by finishing that. That's incredible. Well done. What did you do your what was your thesis? Can we debate it here in chat? I don't want to debate it here in chat. That's not a discussion. Give it with the master of your thesis, there being you. But no, congratulations, buddy. That's amazing. Well done. Well done. And thank you so much for the 10. I'll be able to take myself to Atlanta at this rate. Nope. And nope. Cool. Now leave that to dry for a bit. Ooh, Miao Ying and Dragon. Oh, we've already done her. You are going to enjoy what Iffy posted. Let's go and have a look, shall we? Where have you put it? In the old Disky Sea. Where am I going? Show off your stuff. The cheese stealer cults are... Oh, that's amazing. I love that. Oh, well done. Good stuff. Very pretty, Iffy. Very nice. Next you'll be telling us there's no Tyrant Skull on the base. There will be Tyrant Skull on the base, don't you worry. Missing Captain model for Hill Tribes and new Riders and Royal Guard, then Gondor and Mordor refreshes, then Elves reram, but plus redoing all fine cast minis, and now I'm sad because it won't happen. I think it might happen over the course of the next 20 years. To the point of where the redone Rohirrim, Warriors of Rohan, will become obsolete. And they'll be like, oh, because we're going to do that again. Will you do the Tomb World terrain too? A few parts of it. I want to. Time is very, very tight this week, and I haven't figured out a good enough scheme in my head yet that makes it simple to do. Because I feel like if you want to paint it like this, like I've done the kill team, you could follow the video for the kill team, but that was very intensive because that terrain is incredibly detailed. Some might say obnoxiously so. That's some people being me. So I'm trying to figure out in my head what the best way of doing it in a simple way is. That still reads good. That's the thing. I have put Coelia Greenshade on Abraxia's mount before doing the black. Is that a big deal? Nah. If you're doing black over the top of Coelia Greenshade, it'll hide it. You'll be all good, brother. Was titled, To What Extent Can Personal Information Be Inferred from Language? Classical and Neural Approaches to PII Detection. Personal... Right. In social media. MSc in Data Science, hopefully. That's very fancy. Also very relevant to me. Right, we've used Orc Flesh on all of the... I think Orc Flesh would... No, it won't be dark enough. I think maybe some Dark Angels green over the carapaces of our scarabs will do it. Because we don't want to highlight them, that's the thing. Because that's just going to take way too much time. Also, they're scarabs, you know. So I'll test out some Dark Angels green. It should read the same way over the top of our Iron Warriors. Oh yeah, that's perfect. Yeah. Okay. So here's what we're doing. We're just placing a little bit of Dark Angels green over the top of the scarab bottoms. Like that. Boo, bee, doo, boo, boo. I'm wanting to paint my vehicles as a separate chapter so I can use them with any of my Space Marines armies. Any suggestions on the chapter? I was thinking Caradons, Deathwatch, or Iron Hands. I would say Deathwatch, because Deathwatch obviously draw their battle brothers from the standing strength of everyone. The others don't tend to. Given as they're their own kind of their own thing, so Deathwatch would be a good one, sort of narratively, if the Deathwatch were just sort of relegated to fetch and carry, basically. It also lets you incorporate kill teams into your armies. Deathwatch kill teams into your armies via the Agents of the Imperium book, and it also lets you put inquisitorial iconography on your vehicles, and that way you can just say, you know, it's an inquisitorial force featuring Crimson Fists, as it were. That would be my instinct if I was going to do that. Because, of course, you can ally in the Deathwatch, right? I just popped a pic of my Stormcast that I'm working on at the minute in the Discord. So you have a Night Judicator. Nice. I love that model. That model's lovely. Lick that like button, says Captain Mannerings. Couldn't agree more. We are 14 likes away from 50. Guys, if you could please get this stream to 50 likes, that would be amazing. I got caught up looking at people's projects to see what peeps are up to, and there is some fun looking stuff that people are working on. We all know you like your spicy, super xenophobic Marines, Josh. Yes, I do. Deathwatch are the best. Deathwatch are wonderful. Games Workshop doesn't like them. In the edition that's all about in the edition that's all about the Tyrannic War, we've spent more time in the Pariah Nexus, and they sunsetted Deathwatch. Alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to take a little tiny bit of Corax White, irritatingly. I'm going to use this to paint in the little orbs on our men's. Pow. So we're just going to find a little orb. We got any scarabs on you? Nope, picked up the one that doesn't have any. There we go. You've got one. So we take just a tiny little bit Corax White, and we've got a little orb just there. I bet the camera's not even in focus. Yep, of course it isn't. There we go. And a little one just there, like so. Dan, thank you very much for the one gifted membership and 19 months. My actual age. Canoptek's looking fire. I don't think you should be unsupervised on the internet if you're 19 months old. But also, kudos for arriving on the scene that is planet Earth and immediately subscribing to the Warhipster community. You have great taste. you don't have them either. You don't have one. Do you not have one? No, you do have one. Just being an idiot. You have a little diode. Right there. You've got two. One there. And one there. You've got one as well. In a really annoying place. Right under there. And you should have one. Yes. Just there. And then we just leave those to dry for a little bit. Yes, thank you very much, Dan, for the one gifted Warhipster membership. That's very kind of you. That puts us to 61. Whee! I was hoping to snipe Elijah. I missed. It happens. You did get Arcadian 301, though. Well done, chat. You got to 40 likes. We're 10 away. 10 away from 50. Hello, Mr. Gwatkin. We're going to require you. And not you. We're going to require you. And you. And we need some tufts for these. Do I go with the same as the Deathwatch and put some moss? Yeah. Answer my own question. Puts them in the same world. Bow, bow, wow, 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 wow. Time for some Tesseract glow. Alright, here we go. Overhead. Mr. the Geomancer. Bit of Tesseract glow. Over the top. Of our little orb. Like that. Simple as. This is something that Games Workshop needs to make. They need to make some similar paints to Tesseract Glow, but in other colours. Like a blue one would be amazing for plasma. There we go. These Necrons look a bit admin. Admin? What does that mean? Administrative? I just need to leave them to dry for a little bit longer because we are then going to put some Agrax Earthshade over the top of all of that silver. Then we're going to dry brush the whole thing with some Tyrant Skull once that's fully dry. And then we're going to add some tiny dark moss. Hall monitor vibes. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yes. Oh. Do I buy a ticket to mid Contest of Heroes? Are you going? Flying Muttley? Should I do it? I did have a lot of fun doing them. Contest of Heroes midweek Warhammer. It's really good fun. It's so chill. It is 1,000 points. Well, the last one I went to was 1,000 points. Three games of 1,000 points of Age of Sigmar. During the day. And it's just, it was, they just used the core book to do it. They might change it for General's Handbook 2025. But, yeah. It's really, really good. Really, really fun day. Joe came to that one, I think. Did he come to that one? I think he did. He didn't. No, he came to Spearhead. That's where he came to. I should get 1,000 points of Slanesh for AOS. Really, you're probably almost there. What have you done? You've done. Correct me if I'm wrong, but you've done. You've done some fiends. Have you done 6 fiends and Shalaxi Hellbane? You're probably close already. Points are much more. Things are much more expensive in Age of Sigmar. Been working on my armies on parade display board for Clan Molder. Is there a way to share with you and get opinions? Niall, if you're in the Discord, you can pop it in to show off your stuff. If you're not in the Discord, you can either try and persuade somebody here in the chat to try and snipe you, Niall, or you can become a member and get access to the Discord that way. That's a way of doing it. Speaking of AOS, I just finished Neferata. Nicely done, Bradley. Well done. 3 fiends, but I'd absolutely do another 3. I love those models. Yeah, no, genuinely. I'm going to consult the Tome of Power that is my phone. If I head to the AOS app, to my Hedonites of Slanesh collection, because I like to put all of my all of my painted models into the collections for the factions to see how much more I need to do to make them either functional, or not. Hedonites of Slanesh. So I have, as a 1,000 point regiment, I don't know if it's any good. I will tell you now. But as a 1,000 points on the nose regiment, Shalaxi Hellbane, 9 Fiends, and an Infernal Enrapturess Herald of Slanesh. That's 1,000 points. But Shalaxi Hellbane is 460 points. A Keeper of Secrets is 420 points. Demonettes are 100 points. The Contorted Epitome is 160. The Infernal Enrapturess is 90. Fiends are 150 points each. So I have a unit of reinforced Fiends for 300. And then a single one on its own for 150. But yeah, single General's Regiment. Shalaxi Hellbane. 9 Fiends. And an Infernal Enrapturess. That's 1,000 points on the nose. I have the Keeper, not Shalaxi. Oh, there you go. I mean, you've saved 40 points. But yeah, Keeper of Secrets and 30 Demonettes is 720 points. Throw in an Contorted Epitome and that would be 880. And then, yeah, be good. He's got his phone and I'm assuming no airplane mode. No, I wasn't on airplane mode. Did you just... Oh, you did a thing. You... Stop it. Oh, Anthony departs United on a permanent deal. Rasmus Højlund joins a Serie A club for the 2025-26 season. Cool. The Exodus begins. I mean, it's transfer deadline day today, isn't it? Victor Lindelof has gone to Aston Villa. Cool. Is the Contorted one the big mirror? Yes, yes, it is. I'm the favourite. You're already the favourite. You don't need... You stop it now. Right. Agrax Earthshade. It's very generous of you. Thank you very much. I picked OBR for my first AOS faction and I'm loving it. Only $227 for a full 2,000 points. Nice. That's quite economical, really, in the grand scheme of things. Okay, so we need to put some Agrax Earthshade over the top of all of this silver on the base. So that's what we're going to do. Because it should all now be fully dry. We should be safe. 1, 2. You don't have any. You do. There it is. There we go. 3 down. Model number 4. Where's your metal? Oh, you've got lots of metal. Halfway there. I applaud I'm the favourite's cunning plan to buy Josh and Alice a house in sneaky installments. Oh, I don't know if I can talk about the house. I'm not going to talk in too much detail. But we went and looked at one today. And it was very beautiful. Very beautiful indeed. It made me research what's better, Billy bookcases or Kallax cubes. It's a very, very beautiful house. I don't want to jinx it though. I'm not going to tell you where it is. Because we need to... We're going to have a conversation. I think we'll have a conversation tonight over dinner about what we're going to do. If we're going to make an offer or something. Why isn't this in the video for these Necron boys? Because it doesn't need to be, honestly. This is the same basing tutorial. This is the same basing recipe that I use for everything, right? So it's ostensibly it's Iron Warriors. It's Iron Warriors for all the silver, shaded with Agrax Urshin, and the whole lot is going to get dry brushed with Tyrant Skull. So I just didn't think it needed filming. Also, this video will make a lot more sense. So, like, doing things like the shiny bits, like those glowing orbs, right? The reason I didn't want to film those again is because I've already filmed it 3 times in this video. So doing it again for a 4th time felt redundant. Plus, this stream exists now. No, we don't need to do that. They're all good. You use Tyrant Skull? No way! What percentage of Tyrant Skull sales is just you, Warhipster? Honestly, it wouldn't surprise me if Tyrant Skull was a dry paint that they didn't sell a lot of, and then I came along and they've sold a bunch of it. Not only because I just buy it, but because I think a lot of other people buy it because of me. It wouldn't surprise me. Let's all chip in and buy it before Warhipster can. Well, that would just be cruel, Thomas. Why do you want to ruin my life? Why would you want to do that? I can make a 1k dino army with what I have built and a unit of skinks. Oh yeah, shoot, that's now, isn't it? Eventbrite. Here we go. Woo! .co.uk. Log in. It helps if you put your details in when you log in. Sign in. Oh, for God's sake. We sent an email with your code. Go on then, where is it? 594. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh wow, I'm in. Right. Boop-biddy-boop-boo. Nottingham. Oh yeah, Sand and Bone, that's on 15th of October as well. I wanted to go to that, but can't. How much are the tickets? Well, I'll find out in a minute, I suppose. In literally 1 minute. You're making my basing look like... No, I'm not. Don't be ridiculous. You're doing custom bases for things. Mine look very boring and average. Because I don't like basing. My bases suffice. They do the job. Everything is Sterling mud all the time. Wednesday, 10th of December, 2025, 10 a.m. till 6 GMT. Tickets are £20. Boo 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 boo. I have secured a ticket. How much Sterling mud is you alone? Oh, probably a lot. I buy a lot of Sterling mud. There we go. I have a ticket. Just need to get the army painted now. I could paint another 6 prosecutors. No, I couldn't. That'd be too many points. If they got reduced in points, I could. I don't think taking 18 prosecutors is a good idea. Coming up next on the channel, how to paint a house using contrast paints. Yeah, I mean, we could try that. We could try it. I ruined my new studio by trying to use Bar Red to paint the walls. Splat. Two times 10 Chaos Warriors, Chaos Sorcerer Lord, Ogroid Myrmidon, and 6 Therodons. Also known as Oops, where did that Demon Prince come from? I used 500 packets of Mordian corpse grass to make a doormat. It's not a bad idea. I will 100% sponsor you painting a wall in your new place with Bile Red. No, I'm not doing it. I don't want to ruin it. It's got to look nice. I want a nice studio. I don't want it immediately off the bat. Straight off rip. Hey, we've bought this new house. Hey, let's break it. We can do whatever we want, right? Let's break it. It would be the ultimate flex to have painted an entire wall with contrast paints. But I don't need that kind of flex. I've done a Warhound Titan. I will do a Warlord Titan. You know, it's all good. It's all gravy. Bile Red front door, do it. Again. Warhound Titans as Garden Gnomes. Now, that I can get on board with, Lord Billy. We'll, of course, as and when things happen, I will keep you up to date. I will no doubt, at some point in the future, either be selling a lot of models, raffling a lot of models, or doing some fundraiser type activities to help outfit the new studio. But we need to buy the house first. So once that's done, we'll then know what we're doing, and then I'll know what I'm buying, and then I'll see how much of it I can afford, and we'll see how it goes. You would still get asked if you could use it on vehicles if you do the wall. Oh yeah. Wouldn't it just be more sensible to prime it black first? No. But yeah, we'll do some fun activities in the lead up. Make some really cool content. And you guys can be part of it. Have you decided where you're moving to? We have a very strong inclination of one place we would like to move. And again, I'm not going to say too much because I don't want to jinx anything. Fundraising? Ooh, I'm excited now. I get to throw money at Josh and call it bribes? That sounds exciting and fun. Does sound fun, doesn't it? We'll probably do some sort of 24-hour stream. I'll figure out something to do for it. Maybe the Warlord if Pete gets it done in time. Stream doesn't end until we've painted an army worthy of Mordor. That'd be quite cute. That'd be a cute stream to do, wouldn't it? And then it's the Uno reverse, I'm the favourite. It's an army worthy of Mordor. Haha! Could be anything then. Any advice for painting 20 ghouls? So many. Do it in 5s. It will feel a lot. It'll feel a lot better if you do it in 5s. You'll see the unpainted disappear quicker that way. Trying to do 20 all at once will be a nightmare. Just do it in 5. Do 5 of them at a time. You'll get them done in no time then. Alrighty. What condition are you in? You'll do fine for the Tyrant Skull. Don't know what quite I'm doing there. So the last step in painting is to take some Tyrant Skull, as always, and dry brush this over the top of the entirety of the bases. Yay! Say what you want about that Warhipster. He always has fresh ideas. Could do with actually having a little bit more Tyrant Skull on the brush there. There we go. That shouldn't feel quite as much of a challenge now. Gotta love it. Tyrant Skull. It's just a wonderful paint. Did you answer how Thranddaddy did? I may have had a mental blank out saying about you saying moose. He didn't do great, I will confess. But he did okay, you know? He's had like 1,500 views, something like that. It's an out of context release and it's MESBG. It's kind of just, you know, it's kind of just what you would expect, really. Hey, we don't do it. We don't do everything just for the views. Sometimes we do it just for the love, and that is exactly what Thranduil was done for. Any Blood Bowl love? Hey, if Games Workshop sends me that new Blood Bowl Season 3 box, I am all in, baby. I will build it and paint it for you guys. If they don't, well... I don't have time to be buying core sets and building and painting them. Not before the Christmas rush. Whoever knows what that's going to be. It was actually quite a quiet Christmas last year, as I recall. That's why we were able to do Fulgrim Transfigured in that. And Saviours of Cinderfall. Hello, James. How's the build on these models? Frustrating? Actually, no. For the Necrons, it's walk in the park. The Necrons are absolutely fine. The Deathwatch, my sprues weren't in the best condition. They had quite chunky mould lines on them, which was a bit of a shame. Which just made the building process... I mean, the building process of actually putting them together was easy. It's just the cleanup took forever. But yeah, no, the Necrons were... Necrons were pretty easy. The only one, as I'm sure you can imagine, that is a little bit tricky is the Geomancer. But that's only because there's one moment in the instructions which is a little bit insane, in that it tells you to do the two stabby arms at the end. And I would recommend doing them much earlier than that. I'd recommend doing them before you put the staff on, basically. This guy. So these two stabby arms, this one and this one, it tells you to do them last. Don't do them last. You should be fine, though. Sometimes he does it for the bribes. Sometimes I do it for the bribes. I am running a business here after all. So your continued financial support of the channel is incredibly appreciative, and it keeps the lights on around here and all that good stuff. Because it's true. Running a YouTube channel is not a cheap endeavor. Especially when you don't have a real job. Like me. I used to have real jobs. Don't have them anymore. Don't have time. Got too many YouTube videos to make. Too many contrast plus recipes. Martin Spoon, thank you very much for being a member for 16 months. Warcry, your Yggdrasil Riverblades vid next for me. Nice. Great video, that one. I loved painting those Riverblades. They were really fun. Very, very, very cool unit. Probably one of my favourites of the Lumineth range. They are an example of what Games Workshop could do with Witch Elves. To make them a little bit more streamlined, but also a little bit more dynamic and interesting. They felt like a cool blueprint, is what I would say. The old Yggdrasil Riverblades. They were a lovely, lovely unit. From my favourite named box of all time, Pyre and Flood. Which I hadn't thought about for a while, until we did the Just Paint or Play Nighthaunt video, which came out, I want to say on Friday. So that series is alive and well. If you have been watching it, if you've watched either of the two videos, let us know, and we'll do some more. There is a desire to go and sort of retroactively, that would be the right word, go and look at some older books. Not just Age of Sigmar either, to go and look at some 40k, go and look at some Middle-earth strategy battle games, if anybody's been interested in Middle-earth strategy battle games, to maybe go and look at some MESBG books and rules and stuff, and come up with some cool lists, and see if we can inject some enthusiasm for the game into the community. Not that it needs that, but, you know. Try and expand the joy that is Middle-earth to more people. The only thing I find fascinating about Middle-earth is how many people who are in a similar position to me as YouTubers or whatever, who will say, oh yeah, no, I got into it with the magazines, with the D'Agostini magazines. That's how I got into Warhammer, and then I sort of discovered other things. But it was Lord of the Rings Warhammer that got me into it. And then, like, it's like, well, why don't you still do that? It's like, oh, I don't know. It's because everybody just wants to see 40k. Lame. But it's always surprising me that was such a. It doesn't surprise me that there's a lot of people who treasure those magazines as a time, but and that it was a jumping on point for a lot of people. Hell, I was invested in the magazines. I was already in at that point, but I loved the magazines. That's why somewhere in this house, I need to find it, and I need to figure out if it's going to be safe to strip it. But I do have that old, I have that Balin's Tomb display thing that they had, that came out as part of that. And it's such a lovely little piece, that. But I would absolutely love to have a crack, have a contrast plus crack at it. That would make me very happy. Bit of a weird video to make. I'll still make the video anyway, but like, I'll have to see if it's strippable. It should be. It's just, I don't think it's resin. I'm not sure what it is. I can't remember. It might be resin. I doubt it. I recall it feeling quite professional. Have we got a theme for the next Tales? No, Battle Games of Middle-earth, that's the one. We haven't got a theme for it yet. I might make it birthday themed because September is my birth month. You're welcome. We're now in September, so I become insufferable for a little while. Because I now must be the centre of attention. But don't look at me. Don't perceive me, but I must be at the centre of attention. But September is the month of Josh. So I might make it birthday themed. I haven't decided, but I will figure that out. I will figure out the theme and all that good stuff. Pip2 number 42. Thank you very much for the 20 euros super chat. Another late submission fee for Tales is required, even with 2 months' time. Thanks for your work, Josh. Oh, thank you, Pip2 number 42. That's very kind of you. You don't have to pay submission fees. Or late submission fees. It's not a thing. If you don't tell me it's late, then I don't know that it's late until I look at the timestamp. Then I just assume it's for the next month, you know. That's how I roll. That's very kind of you, thank you. Oh, can we use up this piece of paper of tufts? I doubt it. But we'll give it a good go. Happy birth month. Thank you. You haven't screwed up your submission. You're all good. The man on my TV wants to be the centre of attention. I know, Carl. I really want to paint a plastic Samwise. From the Fellowship of the Ring? As in, like, from the box set? Or is there a specific plastic Samwise? I think there's only the one, isn't there, from the Fellowship of the Ring box. That's the only one, and I don't want to paint the others. You might be able to just find plastic Samwise on eBay or somewhere like that. He'll be about. He'll be knocking around. Someone will be selling them individually. For sure. Boom, ba-doop, ba-doop, ba-boop, boom. 100k seems to be getting closer. I'm so excited for you. Oh, thank you, Kataro. Yeah. We're slowly making our way there. 90,636. We'll get there. It just might be my guess. And this is where it would be awesome if you guys could go out and you know, prove me wrong. Because, you know, the man who's on the TV wants to be the center of attention. You need to pull me down a few pegs by getting people to subscribe to the channel and proving me wrong. See what I mean? I think it's going to happen in March next year. I don't think 2025 is going to happen. But, you know, you could prove me wrong, I suppose. You'll get a YouTube trophy, right? Yes, I will. I'll get a silver YouTube play button. Which I'll be able to display prominently behind me. And I'll be able to look at it and be like, do you know what, Josh? 6 years, bloody hard work, but my goodness me, it was worth it. Think of all the models that got painted. Not just your own, but what other people managed to paint watching your videos. That alone is worth it all. You know? But the trophy is nice. Because then you can tell everybody else. Look at my silver trophy. Of course, the slight issue is that after 100,000, the next goal is 1 million. And that's going to be... That's going to be tricky. Because if it takes 6 years to get to 100,000... You see what I mean? Any plans for a 100k celebration? No. It's a little bit far off at the moment to be planning that kind of thing. You never know. Thomas might persuade everybody in the chat to unsubscribe because he wants to not only buy the house that I want to get before we move in there, but he also wants to unsub to the channel and ensure that I never get to 100,000. Because for some reason Thomas doesn't like me today. I don't know what I did to offend him, but he's not happy. Will you melt it into a ring and wear it on your nose? What? I think I've forgotten something. You just have to box Logan Paul or KSI? Absolutely not. I can't think of anything worse. My contrast plus painting tutorials might be powerful, but my body is doughy and round. It is not meant for physical activity. Need to get Leather Shorts calendar out or do a live stream with Jacksepticeye on his second channel where he showed he does the painting Warhammer 2. When I saw that video from him... Okay, I am so basic, but one of my YouTubing heroes, my favourite channels, is Jacksepticeye. I love his content, and I have done for a very, very, very long time. When I saw that video that he was doing some Warhammer, I was like, oh my. That's very exciting. And then I was like, notice me! I wasn't. I have some cool. That would be the Holy Grail, though. Is that what you shout when Mrs. Josh is trying to get you to go to bed? What, notice me? Yeah. So was Poe in Kung Fu Panda, but he became the Dragon Warrior. That's true. That's true. But Poe's a legend. Right, last things last. Black Legion for the base rim. And then we've achieved something that I didn't think I was going to get the whole lot done of. Which is nice. It's a big job. It's a big job getting all the basing done. As many of you will know, I always leave it to the last bloody minute. There have been some very rare occasions where the release of a painting video has been delayed because I haven't done the bloody basing. Like by 15 minutes, because I'm waiting for it to dry so I can shoot the B-roll. Wolfguard Termy video. Thank you very much for the $1.99 there, Lord Drev. I was hoping to do it this week. I don't know how likely that is now. It depends on how tonight and tomorrow goes. We'll have to see. I've got an exceptionally busy 48 hours, basically. Because I am not here this weekend, basically. So I've got to get a handle on things. I was hoping to get that video filmed this week. We shall have to see. It's one of the armies I'm hoping to use this weekend, but in order to do it, I do have to get the Wolfguard Terminators done. But in order to be in a position to do the Wolfguard Terminators, I have to get some other stuff done. I have to get a lot of other stuff done. So it's touch and go at the moment. It is still... They literally are sat on my desk just in the corner, waiting for me to finish them. But they're currently only got Space Wolves Grey on them at the moment. There is a universe, I suppose, where I could battle ready them and take them this weekend, and then there's a battle ready video done. But I don't want to do two of those in a row because I've still got the Deathwing one to put out. So we'll have to see. It'll happen. I just can't tell you exactly when. But thank you very much for the bucks. Good evening, Chris. Made a beef stew and a pot of green beans while watching this without adding any pots of contrast or agrax. That's good, because I would accidentally do that. All this talk about painting and hobbying and Warhammer, I'd be like, oh, what am I doing right now? Oh no, I'm cooking. Oh no, I've dumped a pot of Black Legion into the stew. Which reminds me, I need to buy a new pot of Black Legion. Thank you for reminding me. Basically, I've got a paint order I have to put in. I haven't had to put one in for a while though, which is good. But I do have to put one in. Actually, I tell a lie. A couple of weeks ago, I had to buy a pot of Nurgling Green. Mine was on its last legs. I was like, fair play, Nurgling Green. I don't use you very often, but you were there for me when I needed you. Here we go. Last one. It might be me, but I can't see how to become a member. I don't seem to get a join button. Zap Brannigan, are you by any chance on an iPhone or a Android device? iPhone. Yeah, so I had a back and forth with YouTube about this because there are a number of YouTube channels that I follow where I am perfectly capable of becoming a member or gifting members on my iPhone. And they said, no, that is impossible. You cannot do it on iPhones. You cannot do it on Android devices. And I was like, are you sure about that? Because I've got an iPhone and an Android device here, which shows that I can. They're like, nope. Nope, can't be done. So unfortunately, you might have to either use Safari as a browser or use a PC if you wish to do that. That's very kind of you, thank you. I can see it on Liam's, but not on yours. Yeah, Liam was the example I used with YouTube. I went, hey, look, I can do it on Liam's. And he went, no. No, you can't. I was like, I'm literally doing it right now. I filmed a screen record of me on my phone going, buy, gift, done, to Liam. And they went, no, not possible. Can't have done it. Don't you gaslight me. Ugh. Spoke too soon. Oh yeah, no, this was months ago. This was a long time ago. I was like, oh great. Everything I bought today was on the Android app. Search me then. I have no answers. YouTube just hates me. Think of all I do for you, YouTube. They're like, you don't do anything for us. You just upload loads of videos. Yeah. And? (1,188) videos to be precise. Which is not exactly true, because a bundle of them are streams. Oh, but we did, I don't know if you guys, I don't know if I celebrated this anywhere. 15 million views on the channel. That happened. Which is bonkers. We're quite a bit past that now, but 15 million views. I got a little notification from them saying, keep going, 15 million, that's impressive. And I was like, thanks. Doing my best. There's something like 700 and something painting videos that we had. Well, painting videos, sprue reviews, various things like that. Oh, we might have come past 800 now. Apparently we have. We have gone past 800. We're on 808 by the looks of things. Blimey. So we should hit 1,000 uploaded videos by The end of next year, I reckon. Yeah, 808 videos. That's a lot. It's a lot of videos. So, Brannigan, thank you very much for the 5. Have a beer on me anyway. That's very kind of you. Thank you. And there's 30 of those for the best game and minis in MESBG. Yeah. Be nice to get to 100, wouldn't it? And get 70 more videos out of MESBG. I reckon we could do that. I reckon that's doable. Then I'll be that guy who has 100 MESBG videos. Oh yeah. The thing about the playlists that annoys me is they don't always adequately show you exactly how many videos that are in there, because sometimes it goes, oh, you've added it to this playlist, have you? It's not in there. You're like, huh? So, like, there's 350 40k videos, apparently, but I know that there's more than that. $281 Age of Sigmar videos, but again, I know that there's more than that. Is the all MESBG playlist up to date? It is, yes. Middle-earth Strategy Battle Games playlist is up to date. It's at 30. That one is correct. I went and checked through it because I realised there was a bundle of them that I put up and didn't actually add to any playlists by accident. So I sorted those out. Because I did that with Randuil. I accidentally didn't put him into a playlist, so I was like, oh, I'll just go back and check through it, and so I did, and it was all good. Just Age of Sigmar and 40k is a bit more of an undertaking because there's hundreds of those. But they should all now be in Warhipster Paint's Middle-earth Strategy Battle Games. Hope you're doing good. Any plans to continue the Grand Cathay videos? Yeah, there are. It's just when they'll happen, I don't know. The main priority for me with that is to get the Shugengan Lord and the Sky Lantern done as videos. But I just don't have the time at the moment. But yeah, they'll happen. I'm sure. I just don't know when. King Lupus 84, thank you very much for being a member for 15 months. That's very kind of you, thank you. I've just realised it's 10 to 8. We've gone massively over what we normally do. Mortars before lamp. Oh, as in the cannons? Yeah, I mean, I've got another cannon to build and another 20 Jade Warriors to build. So it might be a case of that maybe we'll do those. Build them in order to do a bigger video, but I don't know. Mr. Warhipster, how would you paint the suit and armour of the Corsair Void Guard? Good question. Corsair Void Guard. I would... There's some darker bits to that, isn't there? I would probably do... I would probably do Celestial Vindicators for the brighter blue, but I would do it all over. So I'd use the Celestial Vindicators recipe for all over it. And then for the darker parts where it's almost black, I would just throw Black Templar over the top of those. That's how I would do it. So that's Achillean green, I believe. If I remember rightly. Achillean green. Is how I would do it, I reckon. Yeah, because their boots are like black. Yeah. That's how I would do it, Zara. My mental block on painting stuff before video strikes again. No Cathay starting for me. Is that because you want to start with the cannons? Why is the Slaves of Darkness model range so damn pretty? Because it's gorgeous and it's mostly all been redesigned. That's why. Apart from the bloody chariots. Boo. I don't want to open that box till I can do them all. Yeah, I know. I mean, the Jade Warriors video covers how to do the Jade Warriors and the Jade Lancers, right? I get it with the cannons. Arguably, doing the Sky Lantern covers the crew as well, because it's the same. It's the same thing. But no, I get it. I will find the time at some point, I'm sure. Like I said last year Christmas was very busy. This year it could also not be very busy, and we could have a load of time to do a bunch of stuff that we've missed in the year. We've missed a lot of stuff this year. I have a list of everything that I haven't managed to do. There's the Sky Lantern, the Cannon, the Shugengan Lord, Jade Knights, Chthonian Earthshakers, the Capricus, Mortarion so far, Sigismund, Evander Garius, 5 Death Riders, 3 Snarlpack Cavalry, a Sunstealer Wheeler, a Shaman on War Wheeler, 5 Kassakin, the Sanctifiers. There's a lot of stuff. It's a lot of stuff. So yeah, we're not fully up to date. But we will be, hopefully, at some point. Or we just go, at the end of 2025, we go, maybe they just go into the eternal. Do you have a Black Raven skin recipe in the channel? Yeah, if you check out Njal Stormcaller. That's got a bird. Have you used oil plates? I have not. I have not used those, no. I haven't, I'm afraid. Right, it is now 10 to 8, so we're going to wrap things up because we've gone 22 minutes over schedule and I was late by 5, so all in all, we've balanced it out by 17 minutes of extra content time. But we did manage to finish the Canoptek Circle. We did manage to do that in one single stream. So here they are. Their bases are drying, but they are finished. They are all done, which is very exciting. So this video should be with you probably on Thursday. It might be out tomorrow, but I doubt it because like I said, I'm really busy. So it's probably going to be out on Thursday for you to peruse, which is nice because that means we've now got at least 2 Necron recipes on the channel. Because these are basically the traditional silver and green, basically. But there they are. There you go. That is the Canoptek Circle kill team in all of its glory. Geomancer, Tombstalkers, and Canoptek Warriors. There we go. and Necron fans, I think you'll find some really cool and useful stuff in here. But also people who just like painting dark green and silver, you'll also find some really cool stuff in here. It's none of it's too difficult, but should be good. Anyway, thank you very much for hanging out with me tonight. This video hopefully will be out on Thursday, possibly tomorrow. I haven't decided yet. And then on later on in the week, you should see Contrast Plus how to paint Glorfindel, Lord of the West, as well. Isn't that exciting? So yeah, lots of cool stuff coming your way. And then I've got to work on next week's content. You see, that's the problem. I've got a lot of that to do as well. So hopefully back live, hopefully back live on Wednesday, painting Gandalf the White. I haven't done any more to him, so if you were there last Wednesday, you have not missed anything. But hopefully we can get a little bit more done on Gandalf. That would be nice to do as well. So, see you on Wednesday, guys. Hand of farewell. Love you, chat. I'll see you all very, very soon. Bye!